Xin chào tất cả quý thầy cô giáo, chào các em học sinh. Chào mừng các em đã quay trở lại với chương trình tiếng Anh lớp 11. Và hôm nay chúng ta sẽ tiếp tục với bài 7, Further Education. Now let's start with getting started at Unit 7, Further Education. Now, first one. Now, today we come to Unit 7, Further Education, Language. And the first part of language is vocabulary. And the first activity of vocabulary today is completion.
Language.
Vocabulary. 1. Complete the following simplified diagram of Vietnam's education system with appropriate words from the box.
Now, first one, you have a 3-year when you study in kindergarten, and we have a 5 years in primary education, 4 years in lower secondary education, 3 years in upper secondary, and we have a college and university is 3 years or more.
Now we continue. Activity 2, completion.
2. Complete the following sentences with the words from the conversation in getting started.
Now read and fill in the blank. Questions should teach practical skills in addition to critical thinking. So the first one, academic. The second, when a student enters a college or university, he or she has to choose a main subject of study, which is called major. Continue. Specialized courses such as design and cooking are very popular. So, number 3, vocational. Number 4, students with bachelor degrees can pursue postgraduate education. Number 5, higher education students need to have skills so that they can analyze a problem scientifically. So number 5 is analytically. Analytically. Yeah. Now, press on submit button.
Now we continue. The second main part of language today is pronunciation. And today we come to study intonation on WH question. Now do you know? Intonation helps speaker to express their intended meaning. Speaker use rising intonation at the end of yes or no question to track whether the information is correct or not. But speaker use falling intonation at the end of WH question to ask for information. Now we come to listen and repeat.
Pronunciation. Intonation on WH questions. 1. Listen and repeat the following
What are you
questions
looking for?
from the conversation in getting started. Pay attention to the intonation of yes, no, and WH questions.
1. What are you looking for?
It is falling intonation because speaker use falling intonation at the end of WH question to ask for information.
2. What is further education?
Yeah, falling.
3. How are they different?
Falling.
4. Will that lead to a bachelor's degree?
Rising intonation because speaker use rising intonation at the end of yes-no question to check whether the information is correct or not.
5. What are your plans for the future?
And as you can see, you have a micro button, and if you want to record your voice and track your voice, you can press on voice button.
Now we continue the second activity of pronunciation. Listen and repeat.
2. Listen and repeat with the correct intonation, then practice saying the sentences with a partner.
1. How much does it cost to study in Singapore?
How much did it cost to study in Singapore?
2. What types of programs does the university provide?
What types of programs does the university provide?
3. Where can I apply for scholarships to study overseas?
Where can I apply for scholarships to study overseas?
4. When should I send my application form?
When should I send my application form?
5. How can I apply for a scholarship?
How can I apply for a scholarship?
Now we continue. The third main part of language today is grammar, and today we come to first one, finding the time instructions.
Grammar. 1. Read the conversation and getting started again. Find the time expressions used with the verb forms below.
Now we have a verb forms have been searching, and time expression is for several days. Number 2, have been thinking is that lately. Have traveled is since great night. And have been is that before. Now press on submit button to check your answers.
Now we continue. The second activity of grammar today is completion.
2. Prove the verb in each sentence in the present perfect continuous.
Why don't you take a break? You have been suffering. Number 2. When you travel to Thailand, you can stay at my uncle's flat. He in Bangkok since he got married. So, number 2 has been living. Continue. Number 3. Nam's father graduated from college last month and looked for a job. So, the first one has been looking. And you continue doing the exercise from number 4 to 5 and press on submit button to check your answers.
And we come to activity 3. Choose the correct form of the verbs in practice to complete the sentence.
3. Choose the correct form of the verbs in brackets to complete the sentences.
Okay, now I have read or I have been reading 3 books on vocational training to complete this project. So the first one is have read. Continue. I have read or have been reading a report on further education since last Monday. I will finish it this Sunday. So, number 2, you choose have been reading. Number 3, have you applied or have you been applying for a scholarship to study in Singapore? So, number 3 is have you applied. Number 4, I have waited or have been waiting for the university reply about entry requirement for a whole week. I hope to receive it soon. So number 4, have been waiting. Number 5, Professor Wilson has given or has been giving the same seminar to students for the last 12 years. So number 5 has been given. And number 6, I have never understood, have never been understanding why so many young people want to study abroad. So number 6 is have never understood. Now after doing the exercise, press on submit button. And if you use IseeBooks, you can see that you have a note, do you know? And you read how to use the present perfect continuous and how to use the present perfect. So as you can see, present perfect continuous is fact an action which started in the past and are still happening or have only just finished.
We've just finished language of Unit 7, Further Education. At home, review all information of language and prepare the next lesson reading. Don't forget to access IseeBooks to practice. Do the exercise again. Thanks for your listening. Goodbye.